Hey everyone, this is my reaction to the 10th episode of Asobi Asobase. And in the last episode, it was basically Olivia the episode. We got to see all sorts of stuff with her, about her personal struggles at school, as well as some of her family stuff, because her awesome, cool brother did show up at the school to kind of help her with a certain, crucial manga situation. And it was dealt with, well enough, no real complaints. And I think Kaneko had a pretty big crush on him as well, so, maybe things will go well on that front. Who knows? So, yeah, let's get into it and see what the episode focuses on today. Gotta, load up the episode to do that. 3, 2, 1, play. I love an opening that just starts out with those legs, and they write the title on the chalkboard. Never really commented on that, but that's a nice touch that I've always appreciated. There was just other things to say about this opening, way back when. Like how it looks far better than the anime that we actually got. Of course, the anime that we did get's fine too. I'm not gonna say it's not. It's still in my top 5 of the season, but it did have the potential to be #1 if it was a bit more faithful to the opening. I mean, it's one of the most Yuri-ish openings I've ever seen. More so than some Yuri anime actually have. So it's just a bit of a shame. uh... Yes. Heart go boing boing. Or pion pion. I see we're starting off easy here. Oh, because why not? You live in Japan. Are we gonna have a similar situation with with Olivia just kind of flipped? It's it's because of how you look, I'm pretty sure. Again. That's mean. Really? Not sure I agree, but he probably doesn't know Olivia doesn't English as well as her. No, I assure you it is a problem. Yeah, this unconscious girl is gonna come with me to the bathroom. I think we've all been there. It sounded a bit darker than I intended, but... Yeah, but she would be wrong. So apparently we're still worrying about this. Yes, as long as you have us, you don't need anyone else. This is an anime after all. Oh. Yeah. Please, just... The way she talks is so weird. Just... Kabadon. Yes, yes it is. Uh, Please stop talking like that. I can't. Oh, I hope so. By the time we open that door in the show, sounds good. Not the ship I would have chosen, but I'll take what I can get at this point. Man, we really are going into my fetish territory. Okay, let's. Oh. This just got complicated quickly. We went from Yuri to girl on trap romance pretty quickly. I was about to say, is she sure she's not good at that whole classic Japanese literature? Still can't quite believe the most beautiful girl in this school is a guy. I mean, it's not quite Yuri, but I'll take a trap on girl romance in this show if that's what I get. Oh, wow. There you go. Music. At this point, I'm desperate. I'll take anything that vaguely looks like Yuri. Trial of Shame. That sounds promising. It was a kiss. And if you squint your eyes, it looks like a Yuri kiss. That's what matters. Of course, I guess they don't know that's a trap yet. I kind of wish I didn't. Why? I mean, it does sound interesting, but very random thought. Some more important than others, yes. No surprises there. That sounds pretty fitting for our club. But I guess this is her strategy for the poo plan. It sounds like fun to me, no complaints here. I think I've seen a game like this before in anime. The whole forward thing. Of course, I would not expect anything less of you. As you do. Olivia actually looks really cute doing that. I don't know why. It would, but it's less funny when it's just the word poo. Oh wow, someone wrote kiss. That's great. It still shocks me, but yeah. Still having trouble accepting that. Okay. That's a good question. That's a good question. That's an understatement. Well, you literally are a poop head right now, so... What thing? Kiss. She did kiss earlier in the episode. Yeah, she said kiss in a different way. She said chew instead of kisu, so... Still the same thing, though. But she's thinking about the actual kiss she did. She doesn't know it's on her forehead. This became awkward really quickly. Let's change the subject. Oh god, that was fast. Guess we're having a rich trial here. What is that outfit? Talking about Olivia. You do that well enough yourself, Hanako. Kasumi looks surprisingly good tied up like that. I don't know, but I like her whispering into your ear. Don't we all? She's probably not wrong. I guess. I don't think there would be, yeah. I guess it depends on the shoujo manga, but... Yes. Very important detail. I guess that's all it took. Little did they know a boy has infiltrated their school. Yeah, that's his female friendship, alright. I know, right? That's the kind of thing you want to tell your friends. What was that face? Okay, then. There she did again. Is it... Is it a sword? I would love if that actually happened. I don't know, you're at that age, I guess. Secret of the Dong. Was it confused whether or not they actually knew Aozora was a guy or a girl? I know they suspected it, but I couldn't remember if they actually realized or not. So I wasn't sure if Kasumi knew she kissed a guy or a girl there. I don't think that's what you call it. I guess it's the dream that still affected her. That's pretty funny. Is this also going to be related to penises in some way? Yep, it's gonna... Chinko. Wow, just... Stop. Just stop. Chinko, apparently. Sometimes it's inevitable. Take it from me. It's harder than you might think to stop thinking about penises. Just putting that out there. Just have them show you what they have. It'll probably clear your mind. Just yelled it in the hallway. I think we failed. Kasumi, what's plan B? Okay, so we are full on addressing this. But I need to know whether the person that kissed me is a guy or a girl. This is very important. I need to know if there's something there or not. Yes, I do also kind of want to see under ours or a skirt, I'll be honest. Can I borrow that book when you're done? I guess if you're watching Tola Ru, I guess that's a thing that can happen, but it's... But that would be really difficult to do in reality. That's a bit more realistic. When a skirt's that long, it's a little bit harder. Here we go. Oh. Slightly different scene than intended, but just as good. I know, right? I mean, no, it's a guy. Traps are for confusing things. I doubt it, but shoot. Wow. I didn't even think about that, but that's brilliant. If you're lucky, it'll hit their legs, and then their knees will fall, and then they'll fall on top of you in a perfect way. I think it'd be more likely she would just get out of the way completely. Yes. But it's worth a try, so. Yes, that's what it comes down to. Don't worry, I'm glad you were born. If it makes you feel any better, which it probably doesn't. Of course. But yeah, that's what obviously would happen. Yeah, but we're not going to do that. I am curious how this will end. Like an epic turning scene from a racing anime. I just really want to know how this all ends up falling out. Open your eyes. Do you see it? No, that's just the ceiling. Well, we tried. Oh, that was a landing. I am after I got to see that wonderful sight. Yeah, that's totally it. I don't need to go to the nurse's office. All I need to do is see your panties. That's all I need. It'll fix me, I assure you. I mean, what's there to help? That's what I want out of this show. Very nice. Film production. Okay. I can think of a better film you girls could make together than this, but, you know, do what you want. Culture Festival. Cool. I know, right? Yes. Okay. Is that really the only reason? And I love her little Star Trek sign there. Never actually watched Star Trek myself, but... Oh, that's why she has pointy ears. Okay, I was confused by that. I thought she became an elf. Yeesh. You look good as an elf, especially because you already had blonde hair. And you look like you're enjoying this far too much. And your English has improved dramatically. It was a little bit awkward, but I liked it. I mean, yeah, I gotta get down to the point. Yes? Is there a follow-up line? Or we're just gonna stare lovingly in her eyes. Because I'm okay either way. I can't look at the sexy spy for too long. And she's enjoying this a lot. Now it's Lydia's turn to panic. Oh god. Was that okay? I suppose. We should have some nude sexy spies, though. Means a bit more important. You don't have a high budget, Hanako. Calm down. I like how the ship has a sensor above its eyes, quote unquote eyes. Well, no kidding, it's kind of a hard genre to do, especially when you're low budget. There's seriously better things you can make as the Pastimers Club. No, I'm just saying it might not be a good fit for you guys. That's what I'm saying, at least. And that is kind of the idea, so... Yeah, we don't want that. So how about we be a proper club for a little bit? Oh, this sounds good. Best use of a jump rope I've ever seen. I see. But didn't they have an actual rope? I mean, they tied up Cosme with it before. But I guess they want to use the, you know, a prop, like they said, so it makes sense. And now I'm watching Boss Baby, apparently. It's not like you're enjoying this too much, Olivia. Like I'm watching a hentai. In other words, your mind broken. I know, right? You sound like you want to say something. You should probably say something. She's enjoying this a lot. I don't blame her. It just... Wow. Okay. Way to disappoint me. I'll still hope for a season 2, regardless. That poster, though. The Tale of Genji Experts? That's what that was from? Okay. I have heard of the Tale of Genji before, but obviously never read it. But yeah, most likely referring to the classic Japanese literature segment where the girl whose name I probably should have remembered did not want to do it. And her name's not going to be on the MyAnimeLIst page. I already know it's not going to be, so I'm not even going to bother trying to look up her name during my discussion portion. So yeah, that was quite a eventful episode. I mean, I liked it a lot. I know, but I'd say CD was getting crazier each time, just slightly. Whew. I mean, it's probably had the most Yuri in the anime. Probably. I mean, we had a... Oh, wow. We don't get the puppets enough. Wow, that's some high budget there. Maybe they should make a sci-fi film, because they apparently have more of a budget than the Pastimers Club. But yeah, that was the 10th episode of Asobi Asobase. And it was a pretty good episode, I would say. Now, we start off with the one girl, who I will call Eyebrows Girl, because that was what I remembered most about her. But yeah, somewhat similar to the position Olivia's in, whereas Olivia, she's like, hey, she's blonde and foreign, she's probably really good at English, even though that's not true. It seems like people have a bit of a opposite opinion of her, where they're like, hey, she looks like a girl that would be good at, you know, Japanese stuff, so she clearly is, so let's, you know, let's expect that from her. when it's not really the case. She's more into English because she was like the one that replaced Olivia for that one English thing that Olivia was supposed to do. So she's under the impression that Olivia is good at English. So it's pretty funny when she's like, "Hey, Olivia, you can talk to me in English. It's okay. I can do it. Just feel free." And Olivia's like, That's good to hear. Now I gotta go to the bathroom. So come on, Hanako. We're going." So yeah, that became a bit awkward because the class still doesn't know Olivia's secret. You kind of had Kasumi that was trying to get in the way of that last episode. So, and I think Olivia's a little bit mixed on whether or not she even wants people to know, because she seems to kind of flip-flop on that a little bit. But yeah, that was pretty great. But what really made this scene amazing was when Kasumi went full Kabedon mode on her, and then she actually called that out, which was pretty great. And yeah, she actually got pretty excited by that. But basically, the Yuri door inside of her opened. I probably could have phrased that better, but door was her word, okay, not mine. And she just like, "Hey, this is pretty great. Hey, you wanna go out sometime?" And that was pretty great in and of itself. But then she was like, she went full on kind of blackmail mode to get her to go out with her. Which this episode had a lot of moments that may have reminded me of hentai stuff, and that was kind of one of them. But yeah, things were looking pretty promising there for a bit, and then Aozora showed up to kind of ruin it, but also make it more interesting at the same time. So I'm kind of mixed on how I feel about the interruption. But basically just said, "Hey, back off, girlfriend, she's mine," and then just kind of took her from her. And that was pretty nice, I guess. And then Aozora actually went full on, "She is mine indeed," and she actually kissed Kasumi, which I did not expect. That was definitely something. Probably the closest to a Yuri kiss we're going to get in this show. Like, I just have to kind of, try to intentionally forget that, that's a trap and it's basically a Yuri kiss. Yeah, so that was pretty nice. I mean, just, yeah, that was pretty great, especially because how that affected the episode later on. But yeah, what was after that? Yeah, that was when we got into the game. Okay. Well, Hanako, for some reason, decided that she wanted to make girls say poop. I don't know why that's a thing she wanted to do. I mean, I guess it's kind of interesting, but there's other things I would make girls choose to say if I could do so. So I don't know. It seems like an odd choice to me, but whatever. Hanako has a few screws loose, as we already established. So whatever. So she decided to play this game where they put papers on their forehead, and I guess I didn't pay that much attention to the rules, I'll admit, but I think the idea was to make the person accidentally say the word that's on their forehead. I guess something like that. And then they would lose. But yeah, that was pretty great because you had Kasumi. Yeah, Kasumi. Kasumi still had the whole kiss with Aozora on her mind, and she had kiss on her forehead, Kisu written in katakana. And then after Hanako's failed poop thing about talking about she likes to look at cat anuses and she studies a lot, and I don't know what that was about, dude. I can't even comment on that. Just she has a few screws loose. I don't think there's even a debate there really at this point, but yeah, I know. We switch over from that to Olivia and Kasumi trying to do their thing, and Olivia was trying to get Kasumi to talk about kissing. So she was bringing that up and talking about how she kisses her family and all that because she's a foreigner. So, of course she would do that. But yeah, then Kasumi kind of took it as she's talking about the kissing incident that she had in the hallway. She's like, "Oh my god, does Olivia know?" That's kind of how she took it, even though that wasn't how she meant it. So yeah, that was a little bit awkward. And then Hanako figured out, okay, so she clearly kissed someone, so it's time for a witch trial, and tied her up. And I really liked Kasumi being tied up. Just, I don't know, she just had a very genuine, cute, scared look about her when she was tied up like that. It just, I don't know, that did something for me is all I'm saying there. But eventually we got into shoujo manga discussions and eventually it transitioned into, "Hey, this is an all-girls school, so she probably kissed a girl, so it's not that big of a deal. Hanako, calm yourself." And she's like, "Oh, okay, yeah, I didn't even think about it. I'm sorry, Kasumi, it's okay. We're best friends, right?" So yeah, that's very shallow, as Kasumi kind of put it, but yeah, we got to see exactly what friendship between girls is like in this segment here. It is quite a scary thing, I think, is the main takeaway here. But yeah, the next scene, continuing with more Kasumi trauma type stuff. She had a bit of a nightmare about Aozora, where he just went alone to her in the classroom and just lifted up skirt and just showed her what he has, basically. And she woke up after that, and that kind of had an effect on her mind going forward throughout the day. She kept referring to anything that was even remotely phallic as, a penis, so that was a little bit awkward. And then there was words that just had that sounded similar to the Japanese word for penis that she kept saying, and it was so ridiculous. The friends are starting to get really worried about her, and now she's starting to get worried that her friends will think she's a pervert. That was a Freudian slip if I've ever heard one. But yeah, so she kind of had a talk with them about, hey, okay, it's not what you think. I'm not a pervert. I just want to look up Aozora's skirt, okay? And I don't see how that was a good strategy for her to try to make them not think she's a pervert. But you know, I guess it worked out. So basically, they decided, okay, we'll come up with some sort of plan that allows Kasumi to look up Aozora's skirt. Now, that's easier said than done, because usually a person doesn't want you to do that, so they kind of fight it. They'll either sidestep or push their skirt down or run away, various things they do. So we kind of had to work around that. So we came up with some strategies. One of them did not work. Well, what was funny, before we actually started to do anything, the idea of having her head just like shoved into the panties itself, and yeah, that's basically some Tola Ru stuff right there. And that doesn't work very well in real life. Like, you would have to be very, very skillful to pull that off. And I mean, it would be great, but no. Now, of course, if Kasumi actually did that with Aozora, she might end up biting off more than she can chew, if you know what I mean, if she actually did that. So, yeah, probably not the best strategy there. But yeah, we decided to try to trip and fall, like, right underneath Aozora, but that didn't work because Aozora went full on, cool character mode and just, grabbed a hold of her as she was falling, which is pretty great, but not what we were after. Now, we eventually transitioned from that to having Kasumi lay on something as we pushed it, and then it would just go underneath Aozora, and then she would just be able to look straight up and see it. So, yeah, that was kind of the strategy we decided to use. Of course, it didn't work. I knew it wouldn't work. I knew any rational human being would just sidestep around it unless you really caught them off guard or something. And then they tried to turn to do that, and it didn't work, and we just all just crashed. And you had Hanako and Olivia that kind of landed in a very amazing but awkward for them position, which was pretty great. So yeah, we've had a lot of Yuri goodness in this episode compared to most of the other episodes of the show. So yeah, I'll gladly take that. But yeah, we didn't actually accomplish our goal though, so that didn't work out at all. But Aozora was still being concerned with Kasumi trying to take her to the nurse's office. So Aozora's a pretty cool person, Probably one of my favorite characters. I would say probably number 3. My favorite's Olivia. My second favorite is probably, I don't know, Kasumi and Hanako. I mean, I don't know, which one would I like between the two of them? Probably, I don't know, probably Kasumi, I don't know. But I don't know. Anyway, the point is, I like Aozora a lot, so my only real point there. And yeah, the overall strategy did not work out too well, but it was fun to watch. After that, they decided to do a sci-fi film for the Culture Festival. Bit of an odd choice for the Pastimers Club, but I guess it's just as simple as, hey, I like sci-fi movies, I saw one, it was cool, let's make our own. I guess you don't really need to have much deeper thought than that when you're in middle school, I suppose. But yeah, sci-fi generally works better if you have a bit of a higher budget. At least that's, my understanding. I'm not that familiar with sci-fi stuff, but I would assume it would require a bit of a higher budget than something like a romance or, a comedy. But, maybe an animation doesn't make that much of a difference, but if you're using actual practical effects and stuff like that, it definitely makes a difference. But it was pretty interesting. I was wondering why Olivia had the pointy ears. I was like, has Olivia always been an elf? Have I just not been paying attention? Because I wouldn't put it past myself to, after 9 episodes, just not realize that Olivia had long pointy ears. I wouldn't put that past me. I've done similar stuff in the past, but yeah, luckily we found out that she's just, she's supposed to be a sexy spy alien, so, it makes sense why she'd have pointy ears. She actually looked really good in them, like it seemed natural for her to have those just because I'm so used to blonde elf characters in anime, so it seemed perfectly fine. And I thought she actually did a pretty good job with that role. I mean, she introduced herself as a sexy spy very, very naturally. I mean, she definitely came across as one as she did so I'd say that she was born for that role, really. And I also love how much just Kasumi was just loving all of this. Like, as she was filming it, she's like, yes, this is what my life has come down to, being able to make this amazing sci-fi movie. This is a dream come true, and now like a nightmare like I had earlier in the episode. So, yeah, that was pretty great. I mean, Hanako did her best. She made some scary faces and stuff, but, I mean, Olivia was the real star of this movie. There's no doubt about that. And the teacher eventually showed up and tried to bring some common sense into the room, and then just kind of got chastised a bit by Kasumi. He's like, are you how did she phrase it? Are you looking down on sci-fi movies or whatever she said? Like, no, I just think the Pastimers Club movie for the Culture Festival should be related to pastimes in some way. And am I crazy for thinking that? And yeah, then we incorporated some stuff of the jump rope being used to tie Olivia up, which was also a on-point scene. Because again, she looked like she was enjoying that a lot. I would not have been surprised if this just went into a more hentai direction, considering how some of these dialogue scenes were going. And just Hanako, you know, in general, as she was saying about using the stuff on herself. So, yeah, definitely had the potential to do that. And it was pretty great. I mean, yeah, I would watch that movie. I thought it was a modern masterpiece in the making. And then they held up some poster that looked kind of familiar. But, yeah, talked about Season 2 of the anime and how there probably wouldn't be a Season 2. And, yeah, there's probably not going to be a Season 2 to this anime. Most anime don't get them, especially nowadays, where, you know, Season 2s are rare, 2 core anime are rare, so I don't expect it anymore like I used to back when I was a naive anime watcher, but, you know, it'd be nice if we got one. This is a very enjoyable series. I love it. I love the crazy directions it's willing to go sometimes, and just the stuff it's willing to do is really amazing. You never really know what you're going to get with each episode. So, yes, I love the show quite a bit. Definitely one of my favorites of the season. Nothing's going to change that. The rest of the episodes could be mediocre, and this would still be in my top 5 of the season. There'd be no doubt about that. I just love it a lot, and, you know, I think that's all I really had to say on the episode. It was pretty good, probably one of the better episodes of the series, and can't wait for the next one. Thank you for watching, and thank you, Cnouki, as well as everyone else, for doing what you can to support the channel. It means a lot to me, and I hope we can continue to grow the channel together. If you want to do more to support the channel, then you can become a patron on my Patreon and get cool rewards like early access to certain videos. Have a good one.